car.
Shoot me, why don't you?
Walk to the back of your car.
Shoot me.
Oh, I am f***ing done, dude. Are you f***ing kidding me? There's no reason. I've done nothing wrong. Ben?
There has to be a crime committed
Fuck.
for you to arrest somebody, right?
It's hot as f***.
Okay.
On what suspect, what crime did she commit for you to arrest her?
On March 16, 2024, the tranquility of Big Pine Key, Florida, was disrupted by an incident that unfolded on its roads. A deputy from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, while on routine patrol, noticed a vehicle that caught his attention due to its erratic behavior. The driver, a 35-year-old woman named Darlow, was seen speeding and veering off the road, heading in the opposite direction. The deputy, sensing something amiss, decided to follow her. As he trailed behind, he observed Darlow's continued erratic driving, weaving within her lane. Concerned for public safety, the deputy initiated a traffic stop. In a defiant act, Darlow glanced at the deputy through her rearview mirror, made a rude gesture, and kept driving before eventually pulling over. What followed was a tense exchange between Darlow and the deputy. As she stepped out of her vehicle and approached him, the deputy repeatedly instructed her to step back and walk to the rear of her car. The situation escalated as Darlow refused to comply with the deputy's commands, leading to a series of urgent and stern warnings from him. He cautioned her against reaching into her bag, threatening to use a taser if she did not follow his instructions.
Step back. Step back. I did not tell you to get out of the car.
You're gonna tase me.
Walk to the back of your car.
You're gonna tase me.
Walk to the back of your car.
You're gonna tase me.
Walk to the back of your car.
Shoot me, why don't you?
Walk to the back of your car.
Shoot me.
To the back.
Dare you.
To the back of your car.
Scott!
Turn around. That's what good for. Turn.
I don't feel safe.
Okay.
I'm gonna call 911.
Turn around. Do not reach into your bag. I will tase you if you reach into your bag.
The deputy's attempts to de-escalate the situation were met with resistance and questions from Darlow, who seemed to challenge his authority and experience. Despite her non-compliance and the deputy's growing concern for safety, he remained professional, continually instructing her to turn around and place her hands behind her head. As the confrontation continued, the deputy noted signs of intoxication, which could explain Darlow's erratic driving. She mentioned a name, Dennis Ward, suggesting some connection that might influence the outcome of this traffic stop. However, the deputy remained focused on the task at hand, ensuring that Darlow followed his instructions to avoid further escalation.
Place your hands behind your head.
For what?
Place your hands behind your head. Place your hands behind your bed. Place your hands.
For what?
You're driving off the side of the roadway. You didn't use your turn signal and you're speeding when you passed me.
You're joking, right? You're
Okay.
kidding.
I've ordered you multiple times to turn around and place your hands behind your head. Now turn around and put your hands behind your head.
Can I get my boyfriend?
No. Put your hands behind your head. Are you an adult?
I'm 35 years old.
Okay, you're an
mother
adult,
of
then you can do
3.
this yourself.
I'm a mother of 3.
Look, ma'am, I don't want to hurt you, but if you don't listen to me, I'm going to have
You're
to.
gonna tase me?
I will have to if you don't listen to me.
Holy sh-
Place your hands behind your head.
You're a little pumped up. Why are you squeezing my hand so hard?
Because you keep
Dude,
not listening
I-
to me. Stop,
Okay,
please.
Do you know who,
Stop.
Do you know who it is?
Okay, well, you smell like alcohol, too. Maybe that's
Okay.
why you're swerving all over the road.
You know who Dennis Ward is? Why don't you call him?
I don't need to call Dennis Ward
Well, why don't you?
because I don't need to.
Well, you might have to.
What does he have to do with this traffic stop?
If really, because if you take me to jail, it might, yeah. I'll
Might
blow.
it
Go ahead. Let me blow.
The scene is set in a forested area where Darlow, claiming to be a 7th-generation Floridian, confronts the officer about the perceived lack of experience, referring to him as new and questioning his tenure in the area. The conversation quickly escalates as Darlow accuses the officer of treating her like an animal, using commands typically associated with dogs such as stay. She expresses her discomfort with the physical contact initiated by the officer, who insists it's necessary as he does not consider her a criminal. Darlow vehemently denies possessing any illegal substances, yet the officer remains unconvinced and asks her to stop reaching for her car. Darlow's request for the officer to call his supervisor is met with refusal, further intensifying the situation. She challenges the nature of the officer's authority, likening it to a police state, and expresses her disdain for the unfolding events. The officer, however, remains firm in his stance, informing Darlow that she is going to jail for resisting arrest and failing to comply with his instructions.
Because I don't need to.
Call your supervisor.
I don't need to.
I think you do.
Do you have anything else on you?
No, I don't. What kind of police state is this, dude? I f***ing hate this, man. You're not. Are you really?
Yeah, you're going
My
to jail.
purse- going to jail for what?
For
Can
resisting.
I get my purse?
No.
Resisting?
Yes.
I'm going to jail for resisting.
When you don't
Can I
listen
get
to
my
me.
cash out of my purse so I can make bond?
Okay. Sit down.
Holy are you
Sit down.
serious?
Yes, you're going to jail.
The dialogue reveals Darlow's frustration as she attempts to negotiate with the officer, pleading for the opportunity to post bond and questioning the charges against her. The officer, identified as John, maintains that she is under arrest for drunk driving, despite her protests to the contrary. Darlow's requests to perform a breathalyzer test are denied, and she is reminded of her right to remain silent.
Just you do that right now.
Can I let at
Put your
least
feet
let
in
my
the
boyfriend know to come pick me up?
No, you can call him at the jail. Put your feet in.
I don't know his phone number.
Put your feet
my
in, please.
phone's dead.
What's your name?
Darla,
I'm John, okay? I need you to put your feet
Can you
into
look me
the
up
car.
and make sure I'm not a criminal? You can't just take me like this.
I
have
can
3
actually.
kids and a job. Like, please.
Okay.
Can we talk?
Can you
we
put
have
your
a
feet
yeah,
into the car,
Can we have a
please?
talk?
Yep.
My purse is...
Yep, I'll get it.
Can we have a
Put your
talk?
feet in.
Please don't take me to jail. Are you serious?
Yes, you're going to jail, Darlow.
The officer then narrates his observations and the unfolding events to another individual, possibly a colleague or a superior. The next scene reveals Darlow in the back of a police vehicle, urgently requesting the officer to retrieve all the money from her possession, emphasizing the need for bail. The officer instructs her to keep her feet inside the car, indicating she's not free to leave. An acquaintance of Darlow's appears on the scene, greeting the officer with casual familiarity. The exchange between them suggests a prior knowledge of each other, with the officer commenting on Darlow's good health. The conversation shifts as the officer questions if they recognize Darlow, explaining her erratic behavior and refusal to stop her vehicle when signaled. The situation escalates as Darlow continues to resist, leading to the officer calling for backup to ensure his safety. Amidst the confusion, items such as a dollar bill, mascara, and an alcoholic beverage known as Buzzball chillers, pineapple colada, are mentioned, hinting at the possible influence of alcohol on Darlow's actions. The officer recounts the events leading up to Darlow's arrest, describing how she accelerated her vehicle upon his attempt to pull her over, engaged in dangerous driving, and ultimately confronted him aggressively after stopping. The officer's repeated commands for Darlow to turn around and his readiness to use a taser shows the severity of the situation.
She didn't want to stop her car. She just kept driving.
2058, 2058.
Piece of pizza.
I'm moving. It's like a sign. Can we get the out of here?
Hey, Roger, can you let me know if someone else starts walking up to me? Thank you. I think she dropped a dollar bill and some more mascara on the ground.
The officer recounts his observations and actions during the incident to another officer, providing insight into the challenges faced during such encounters. Darlow was found with only one buzzball, an alcoholic beverage. Despite this, the officer plans to conduct a DUI test at the jail. For the moment, she's being detained for resisting, not for fleeing and eluding, as the chase was relatively short. The officer describes the initial encounter. He was driving when he noticed Darlow's vehicle, its passenger side wheel, off the road. After turning around and following her at a safe distance, he observed her erratic driving, which included attempting to turn onto a side road without signaling. When he activated his lights and siren, she sped away before eventually stopping and calling out for her boyfriend.
Hey, excuse me.
Well, she's drunk, and just as soon as I try to pull her over, she speeds up, turns down a street without using a turn signal, pulls down the road, and keeps speeding up down here, almost hits a key deer, and was driving all off the side of the road. And then as soon as she does stop, she jumps out and starts running towards me. And then I had to tell her like probably 20 times to turn around with my taser out, and then she told me just to shoot her. And she smells like alcohol. I don't know if she's drunk. All I could find was one buzzball. But I'm gonna test her for DUI at the jail, but for right now she's going for resisting. I don't think I'm gonna do flee and elude because it was kind of short. It was literally like half a mile, but still lights and sirens, and she didn't slow down. Yeah, well, when she passed me, so I'm driving towards US 1 on Key Deer, and she's driving the other way. And she was literally, her passenger side wheel was completely off the road, like in the grass. And I'm just driving, I'm like,
Darlow's behavior during the stop was confrontational. She questioned the officer's experience and accused him of being a rookie. She seemed to be under the impression that the officer was unfamiliar with the area, despite his assertions to the contrary. The conversation reveals Darlow's insistence on taking a breathalyzer test, repeatedly stating, "I'll blow," indicating her willingness to prove her sobriety. The officer expresses uncertainty about her condition, but considers having her perform roadside sobriety tests due to her behavior. It then revealed that Darlow had parked her vehicle outside her ex-boyfriend's house, which sheds light on her earlier actions and her repeated calls for his assistance. This detail adds a personal dimension to the incident, suggesting the emotional factors may have influenced her behavior.
If I was about to tase her or not, I mean, I don't know if she's gonna. I don't even know her. She just kept asking me how long I've been on and telling me that I'm a rookie and that I don't even bait or like I've never been in Big Pine or something. No, it's coming.
Word out, I dare you.
Yeah, and there's bugs in there, you see them? Roger, you out here still? Roger, I'm gonna use your recycling can. Yeah, she's telling me that I don't even live in Big. I know everyone on the street. I don't know, I kind of want to have her do roads. I mean, the way she was just acting.
If you want. You can ask her.
Well, she kept saying I'll blow, so I just don't know since she's.
Darlow pleads her case, emphasizing her role as a mother of 3 and a contributing member of the community. She insists on her sobriety and willingness to prove it by taking a breathalyzer test, despite the officer's suspicion due to the smell of alcohol. The conversation reveals that Darlow was en route to retrieve her belongings from the residence of a man named Scott, with whom she had a relationship in a recent altercation. The emotional turmoil of their breakup is palpable, as she explains the circumstances that led to her erratic driving. As the officer processes the situation, it becomes clear that despite Darlow's personal circumstances, she must adhere to protocol. He agrees to retrieve her wallet from the glove compartment, ensuring she has the means to post bail. The exchange is tinged with a sense of desperation as Darlow requests the officer to inform Scott of her arrest, hoping for his support despite their severed ties.
Yeah, we just got in a fight, and I was coming here to get my stuff.
Okay. And his name is Scott?
You can actually come in with me to get my stuff. We just got in a big fight, and I'm moving out.
Okay, well, your response to all of this was not correct.
Well,
I tried to pull you over way back there when you turned, and then
He
you
just
kind of.
broke up with me, and I'm coming to get my stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
over.
when I have my lights on and then I put the siren on, you speed away from
I
me.
didn't see you.
Okay, well.
I'm sorry. I had the music up, and I'm crying. He just broke up with me at the gas station. We went to next to the liquor store. He was like, "It's over," and I was coming to get my stuff.
Well, the thing is, your response to everything that just happened, I have to take you to jail. Okay?
Can I at least get my wallet so I can pay to get out of jail?
Yeah, I'm bringing your purse and your hat and
It's
stuff.
my wallet's in my glove box.
In your glove box.
There's a wallet.
Okay, so for right now, you're
Can
definitely.
you at least tell him like to come get me, because I don't want to walk from Key West.
I thought you guys just broke up. He's gonna come pick you up.
I'm sure if I'd hope so.
Okay. So you smell like alcohol
I'm
too.
going to be stuck in Key West, and I'm either going to be walking, or I would hope that you would let him know to come pick me up.
Okay, we'll let him know.
Can I have my wallet?
Yeah, I'll go
and my
get you.
glove box?
Yep, I'll go get it.
Thanks.
Deputy Lane describes Darlow's physical appearance, noting that her eyes do not show the typical signs of intoxication, such as being bloodshot or watery. However, he detects the smell of alcohol when he approaches her, which raises his suspicion. He decides to conduct sobriety tests at the jail to confirm his assessment. When Darlow exited the vehicle and in her agitation, money scattered from her purse. She expresses a deep frustration with society and the predicament she finds herself in, especially given her responsibilities of a mother of 3 during tax season. Her outburst reflects a sense of desperation and disillusionment with the system. Darlow vehemently denies any wrongdoing and challenges the officer's authority, questioning his age and experience. She accuses the police of causing her harm and declares a loss of trust in law enforcement. This statement suggests a history of negative interactions with the police, which has impacted her perception of their role. Throughout the exchange, Darlow's emotions fluctuate between anger, defiance, and despair. She contemplates isolation as a means to escape her troubles, indicating a feeling of being overwhelmed. The officer's inquiries about her mental health and her response further highlight the personal struggles she may be facing. Deputy Lane maintains a professional demeanor despite Darlow's provocations. He attempts to explain his actions and the necessity of following procedures, but Darlow's focus is on the impact of the arrest on her life and family. She accuses the deputy of lacking empathy and not prioritizing more serious crimes.
I hate cops. You have to be f***ing kidding me, dude. Hey, you know it's tax time and I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids and I got back taxes. So
I was gonna say that's a lot of 20s.
making a public display.
I didn't. Hello.
Hey, is there something we need to...
No, you're all good. Are you Scott? No. Okay. No, you could just tell him that his ex-girlfriend is gonna go to jail.
I hope you feel good about yourself.
What?
Go catch real bad guys, not like a mother of 3 trying to better herself. You're unreal. You make me want to buy an island out in the middle of nowhere and get away from everybody.
Darla, are you bipolar by any chance?
The scene unfolds with heightened tension as Darlow's ex-partner Scott arrives at the site of her detainment. Darlow, already in the back of the police car, pleads desperately with Scott not to allow her car to be towed. The deputy, maintaining control of the situation, assures that he will handle it so that Darlow does not continue to cause a disturbance. Scott questions the deputy about the reasons for her arrest, unable to comprehend the legality of the situation. The deputy explains that Darlow's attempt to flee and her refusal to comply with his orders to return to her vehicle and turn around constituted her offenses. The conversation between Scott and the deputy becomes increasingly strained. Scott insists on understanding the charges against Darlow, asserting his concern for her is more than just a legal obligation. The deputy, however, stands firm, emphasizing that Darlow is an adult and responsible for her actions, and that Scott, not being her lawyer, is not entitled to be given detailed legal explanations. As it continues, Scott challenges the deputy's authority, questioning the necessity of Darlow's arrest and the deputy's instructions. The deputy reiterates the legality of his commands given under the authority of his badge and the law. Scott's persistence leads to a warning from the deputy that he too could be detained if he does not cease his interrogation. The dialogue captures the complexity of law enforcement interactions where officers must balance the enforcement of laws with the emotional turmoil of those involved. Scott's determination to protect Darlow's rights clashes with the deputy's duty to uphold the law. The deputy's refusal to engage further with Scott shows the procedural nature of law where certain information may be withheld from non-legal representatives.
Scott!
Here, let me get out so she's not screaming in the back. Hello, is that your girlfriend, Darla?
It is.
Okay, so she's gonna go to jail.
For what?
There's no reason. I've done nothing wrong.
Well, she tried to run from me, and then she got out of her car and started coming towards me.
Babe!
And I gave her a lot of orders to go back to her car and turn around, and she wouldn't do it.
That's illegal.
Okay, I think we're done talking. If you don't understand how that's illegal.
Okay.
Acting very erratic.
Do you have any other questions?
Now out Pathfinder, Florida tag is 33 from.
I hate this place.
I guess not. You guys did your job, huh?
Yeah, she's gonna go to Key West jail.
What was she getting pulled over for?
For a lot of different things that don't concern you. She's an adult.
I get that, but she is my concern, so you should owe me some.
Are you her lawyer?
Are you a lawyer, dude?
I'm not. I'm a
Talk to
police
me.
officer.
Talk to me.
Hey!
I need to know
I don't have
what's
to.
going on.
She's an adult.
I get
You
that.
see what she's doing right now, right? This is why she's going to jail.
That's not illegal behavior.
Hey!
It is illegal.
That's not. Knocking on the door is not illegal.
Can you turn the air on? It's hot as...
If I tell you with this badge and these lights on, if I tell you
Actually, I
to
have to-
back
there
away
has
from
to
me
be- there has to be
and
a
you don't do it,
A crime committed.
Babe!
There has to be a crime committed
Fuck!
for you to arrest somebody, right?
It's hot as...
okay.
On what suspect, what crime did she commit for you to arrest
Again,
her?
she's an adult. I don't need to explain
You
this to you.
do.
By what?
As an employee to me,
Babe!
you need to.
An employee to you.
I pay taxes, right?
That's
I
a good.
pay- yeah,
Okay.
so-
Scott, we're done. Scott, we're done talking.
No, we're
Unless
not.
you want to
No,
go
no.
in the back of my car as well.
For what crime?
Well, because I told you we're done talking right now, I'm doing an
That's not
investigation.
illegal. That's not illegal to talk to you this way.
It's hot as... f***ing...
Okay. Well, you're standing in the middle of the street right now.
So
you
are
can't
you.
do that.
So
Yeah, I
are
know.
you.
I'm on a traffic stop.
Oh my god. Dude, seriously, you're pulling every bit. Dude, what crime did she commit?
Again, you're not her lawyer. She's an adult.
She doesn't need a lawyer right now. She needs to understand her rights as a basic
I
human
don't have
being.
to explain that
yes,
to you.
you do.
Excuse me, sir!
As the conversation shifts, another officer addresses a man who is questioning the legality of their actions. He demands to know what crime Darlow committed that warranted her arrest and the towing of her vehicle. The officer, dismissive and somewhat condescending, tells Scott he doesn't have to explain the reasons for the arrest or the seizure of the vehicle. This refusal to provide information only heightens Scott's frustration. He accuses the officers of not performing their duties properly and asks for their name and badge numbers. The officer sarcastically offers his name and even a business card, implying that Scott can file a complaint if he wishes. In the midst of this back and forth, Scott belittles the officer by questioning his age and maturity. He patronizes him, suggesting that he is acting childishly by challenging their authority. The officer's tone is derisive, and he repeatedly asserts that he doesn't owe Scott any explanations. The tension escalates when Scott steps closer to the officers, prompting them to caution him about stepping too close. Scott sarcastically asks if they feel threatened by him, emphasizing his non-threatening appearance and business attire. This part of the exchange reveals the strained dynamics between the public and law enforcement, with both sides displaying a lack of trust and respect. As the officers prepare to transport the suspect, they communicate their actions via radio, ensuring their superiors are informed of the situation.
I have to tell you that
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
have to tell you that.
Why not?
Because I don't have to tell you that.
Let me hear you inform her of what crime she's being committed.
Again, I don't have to do that either.
Why not?
Because I don't have to. You're now
It
my
sounds
boss.
like you're not doing your jobs very well.
Okay, then make a complaint. My name is Deputy Jonathan Lane. It's right here. I don't have a badge number, but if you'd like, I can give you my name on a business
You got a
card.
card?
Yeah, I'll give you a business card with my name on it. You can call and complain if you would like.
You got a card too? Or you're not old enough yet?
Sir, can you stop stepping towards us?
Oh, are you threatened?
Yeah.
In my business attire, are you threatened with...
I don't know you, but I'm about to turn around.
There you go. I see your hand shaking there. You do this often?
Yeah?
Yeah, I can tell.
Sitting in the back of the police car, Darlow asked the officer to turn up the song. She expresses her fondness for Tyler Tillers, mentioning her respect for law through her family's background. She also states her excitement about going to court and making a documentary about the incident.
Do you want the window down?
Anything, please. Yeah, so I can say goodbye to my lover. Oh my God, I hope he comes and picks me up.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to drive away because he's a little bit upset right now, and I don't want to have him come back over here.
He can come bail me out of jail.
Okay. Lift 13 in Rocky, West Shale, 1 female on board. Copy starting.
Can you turn up the song?
The song?
Yeah, I love Tyler Tillers. I love this song. You're not a bad dude. I get it. I'm like my dad's military, my uncle's a cop. Like I understand. It's just your job. It's not you personally, you know. I get it. Whatever. I can't wait to go to court. I hope you show up. This will be great. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. I'm gonna make a documentary actually. This is oof, this is my lucky day.
He walked away, didn't even take the business card?
Now Scott walks away without taking the business card offered by Deputy Lane. The deputy's remark about the small town setting suggests a familiarity with the community and its dynamics. The scene becomes chaotic as Scott is admonished for littering and approaches the officers aggressively, despite his claims of being in business attire and not posing a threat. The officers repeatedly instruct Scott to maintain his distance, emphasizing their discomfort with his behavior, which they perceive as potentially dangerous. Scott's actions, including snatching and throwing a business card, are met with warnings that such conduct could lead to his arrest. Amidst the turmoil, Scott insists on his right to be present and questions the legality of the officers' actions. The deputies urge Scott to calm down and avoid further escalation. They express a willingness to discuss Darlow's personal possessions, but only if Scott seizes his confrontational stance.
If you want to be technical, that's littering.
You're balling your fists up when you walk up to us. You grab it out of his hand. You snatched it out of his hand.
I'll watch the body cam.
I watched you do it. You snatched it out of his hand, then you throw it on the ground.
Can I have her personal possession?
We really don't need to take both of you to jail just because you're upset.
No.
I need you to calm down.
Wasting my time.
Are you going to calm down?
Quit wasting my time.
Are you going to calm down, Scott?
Calm.
Oh man, I'm going to court with this one.
Okay.
I'm talking in a calm fashion.
Okay.
Bro, I hate the keys. I never want to come back here again.
Scott tells Darlow to ask her boyfriend for help. He explains that she has nothing to do with the stop and must not interfere.
Body cam. Whoever's listening, yeah, you hear me? Keys, 7th generation Floridian. I'm disappearing. I hate this place. Moron County. This place, I hate it here.
You should ask her.
Okay. This is a traffic stop, though, okay? Okay, let me talk for a second, okay? I conducted a traffic stop on her, okay? You have nothing to do with the traffic stop.
Okay.
If you show up on a traffic stop that I'm legally and lawfully conducting and I tell you to walk away because you're interfering with my traffic stop,
Please don't arrest my boyfriend because he has to come get me out of jail.
that is
She was already
obstruction.
in handcuffs, though.
That is obstruction still.
Okay.
We're still on a traffic stop. I'm telling you not to go to the car because we're towing it. You're saying no.
I love you, baby.
You start walking
didn't
away.
say no to it.
You come back
I'm
over
asking
to
for
us in an
personal
aggressive manner, making
I'm
a
asking for
fist.
personal
You
possession.
grab the card out of his hand and throw it on the ground, then turn towards me and put your arm inside of my car.
Come on. I gotta pee.
I'm not doing that, Scott.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Sure.
We can take you to jail too. We can make this as inconvenient for both of you.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do that.
I gotta pee, bro. How come he got to go but I couldn't?
Okay? You're just a random guy outside of your house, you know?
You're just a
So I don't need to take you to jail for that. But if you start obstructing my investigation, I have to take you to jail.
Oh my God.
Okay?
There's an intense exchange between two individuals during the traffic stop. One person, presumably Scott's, being cautioned against approaching a car slated for towing. Despite the warning, Scott persists, pleading his love and stating he needs to use the restroom. The officer refuses and threatens jail time for obstruction. Scott questions why he can't go when another individual seemingly can. He attempts to negotiate, suggesting someone else bail him out if he's detained. Tensions rise as Scott becomes increasingly agitated, making demands and grabbing items from the officer's car. The officer issues ultimatums, warning Scott to back off or face handcuffs. Despite the warning, Scott persists, expressing a desire to reunite with someone. The situation escalates as Scott accuses the officer of unfair treatment and threatens legal action. As the conversation progresses, Scott becomes more erratic, expressing a desire for confrontation and asserting his determination to become famous. The officer remains firm, refusing to engage in Scott's provocations and emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. Ultimately, Scott's defiance leads to his departure, accompanied by threats of legal repercussions. At this point, the situation escalates as the officer prepares to tow the car. Darlow, inside the vehicle, demands to be taken to jail, urging action. The officer communicates with a colleague about the aggressive behavior exhibited by the person inside. Darlow pleads for leniency, claiming residence at the location where the car is parked. They assert their right to remain, questioning the officer's decision to tow the car from their own driveway. The conversation turns confrontational as Darlow accuses the officer of misusing taxpayer resources and threatens to document their experience in a documentary. Despite attempts to reason with the officer, Darlow's frustration mounts, leading to insults and defiance. The officer warns of potential consequences, suggesting Darlow may not retrieve their car without cooperation.
All of our tax bill is going on a single mom of 3.
All this time, how long have you been spending on me? An hour and a half? How much tax dollars is that? Go catch bad guys. You're wasting resources on the wrong one. Maybe this needed to be done because I'm a journalist. I'm gonna make a documentary shedding light on Monroe County and their police state with the good old boys, especially here in Big Pine. This is the oh, you, my man, you're gonna be famous. I'm 7th generation Floridian, bro. I know everybody up and down. I'm so sick of this police state, and I'm gonna buy the biggest island and get away from everybody, bro.
Darla. Yeah, your phone number, Darla. Hold on 1 second, Darla.
Bro, you. I ain't talking to you.
What's the rest of it, Darla?
But it's suck my dick. How's that?
Okay, the rest of it is suck my. Okay, well, you might not get your car back if you don't give me your phone number for the.
You.
Okay, well.
In the midst of the conversation, there's discussion about potential legal actions regarding the encounter. One party considers showing a video to the SAO or obtaining a warrant, citing instances of resistance and obstruction. They recount feeling threatened when Scott forcefully inserted their arm into their car. The request to speak to a supervisor is reiterated, with the suggestion to meet at a station for discussion. Meanwhile, another individual recalls an incident involving a petite woman who refused commands and exhibited signs of intoxication. Despite attempts to de-escalate, the situation intensifies, leading to handcuffing and the drawing of a taser. There's a reflection on the intensity of the encounter, with one person questioning the suitability of their colleague for the job. They cite the fear experienced and suggest resignation if unable to handle such situations. The conversation shifts to considerations of legal action and prayers for protection and wisdom.
He does his work, Lord. Put angels around him, Lord, and keep him safe. But also, I'm asking you to give him wisdom, God, when working with the public, Father God, that people have issues and mental things that they're dealing with and stuff that he needs to be more sensitive about, Lord. And I ask that you bless him and protect him all the days of his life. Amen. Can you at least turn up the music, please? Please.
She even expresses a desire for music, even jokingly suggesting they'd rather be in Russia or China. They lament the perceived unfairness of their predicament, highlighting the absence of legal infractions like expired tags or warrants. The condition of the environment further exacerbates their discontent, with descriptions of smeared walls and overall disgust. Despite being in handcuffs, Darlow refuses to comply with requests for field sobriety exercises, questioning the necessity given their current state. There's a sense of resignation mixed with defiance as they challenge the authorities' actions. Darlow's refusal to cooperate stems from a perceived mishandling of the situation, suggesting that procedures should have been carried out earlier. They assert their rights while expressing disdain for their current circumstances, illustrating a clash between personal autonomy and law protocol.
You should have done this when you pulled me over on the side of the road. You should have got me to go out and do all that, like monkeying around in the road. You should have done that there, because now I'm stuck here and I can't go, so why would I cooperate with you?
Okay, so you don't want to do the field sobriety exercises?
I'm already in handcuffs. We're in jail, bud. This is too tight. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're DUI or not.
Take my breath or my blood.
That's not how it works.
Can you undo this?
Darlow again requests to have the handcuffs loosened, promising cooperation in return. However, the officer expresses reluctance, citing concerns about potential aggression. After some negotiation, the handcuffs are adjusted and Darlow is instructed to sit up for the sobriety test. The officer explains the procedure and asks if Darlow has undergone it before. Despite objections, the test is conducted, with the officer concluding that Darlow is not over the legal limit. Darlow's charges of felony fleeing and eluding an officer, along with misdemeanor resisting and obstructing an officer, indicate the seriousness of her alleged offenses. Fleeing and eluding an officer is a serious crime that involves evading law enforcement in a vehicle, often resulting in high-speed pursuits and endangerment of public safety. Despite the severity of the charges, Darlow's release on a $7,500 surety bond suggests she was able to secure her freedom pending trial by providing the required financial guarantee. Now, whatever you think about this case, make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section below and hit that subscribe button for more future videos. Until then, stay safe and keep exploring.